Right. All right, perfect. So let's just slowly, like I said, we'll get into a seated position. And not to make it too complicated, just try and, when you first sit down, just try and move your butt bones a little bit closer to your heels. So everything's kind of more towards the center. Wherever the knees fall out, that's fine. You can have the ankles right over each other. And all we're going to do is let the hands go up to the ceiling or wherever you are, whether you're outside. And last week, if you remember, if you were here, we talked about rooting in through our root chakra. So thinking about as we root into the ground, almost this like energy root going from our bodies into Mother Earth and connecting us and giving us this deep support. And then today we're going to shift from root chakra to the sacral chakra, to where our emotions, our abundance, our connection exists. So we'll take some nice opening breaths. As we inhale, we get hit with a bowling ball, our hands come forward. And as we exhale, we bend the elbows in the cactus, we open the chest, open the heart, and let it go. Inhale, hit by a bowling ball, rounding the back, reaching the hands forward. Exhale, opening the chest, elbows coming towards the ribs, cactusing the arms, lifting the heart. And gently just start to take that, slowly inhaling like a bowling ball hitting your heart, and then exhale like you're overcoming, strengthening through it, bouncing back the ball. Inhale, reach forward, round the back, feel that connection to Mother Earth. Exhale, busting the ball back, opening your chest, reaching your heart. And then gently hands come onto our thighs. We'll take big hip circles. And just being gentle and so kind to your lower back and your body here. So again, more thinking about last week, rooting into the ground, our place of safety, whatever tribe we came through, whatever family, whatever culture, all of our ancestry, all of that is contained in our root chakra. And as we slowly, a little less of a circle, come back to center. Hands reach above the head. And then exhale, hands come back under the thighs. And then we did this last week as well. It's really good for the neck. Just let your right ear fall onto your right shoulder. Keep looking right in front of you. And then without jamming your neck down and trying to hurt your cervical spine, just gently try to release your elbows down to the ground as you release your shoulders away from your neck. So let your shoulders moving down, release your neck, and keep the ear next to the shoulder as much as possible. It helps if you come on your fingertips and then just let your palms kind of rest down. So the shoulders rest down, that opens up your left neck, part of your neck. And then slowly from looking forward, keep the right ear on the right shoulder. Just slowly look down. And feel that open up more of the left part of the neck. But keep the left ear neck, or the right ear next to the right shoulder. You need to keep that relationship, that connection, that grounding, understanding that that's where alignment comes into play. And then from here, slowly keeping the shoulders moving down, not the neck, look up. And feel that open up the front of the throat. Again, right now, our respiratory systems are, what is that? Risk. And as we think about opening our chest, start to yawn now. Feel that opens up. And then gently come up. Ear comes off the shoulder. Just feel how that feels. Feel both sides of your body. Just feel the difference. Arms come back overhead, root into the ground. Feel your base. Exhale, hands come onto the thighs. Feel your lift in your chest. And then slowly, left ear on the left shoulder. Doesn't have to go all the way down. You can see I don't go all the way down. That's where we're going directionally. But the goal is not to jam all the way down. The goal is just to go where we get comfortable. And then it's the shoulders that relax down towards the ground. And that's what gives us the opening. So So sometimes we jam into things thinking this is how we get through things, but maybe there's a different way. Maybe it's a different lever in our body or our mind that allows us to create that space. And then slowly look down, opening up the right side of the neck a little bit more. Keep the left ear going towards the left shoulder. Keep the shoulders going down, the elbows going down. Feel the motion as your chest lifting against that. And then gently look up. Keep the left ear towards the left shoulder. Feel the front of the throat open. Open your mouth, maybe yawn. And gently come back to center. Close your eyes and just come back into your body. Sit up tall, chest big, shoulders relaxed, feeling rooted into your sacrum. Feeling your lower body start to create weight in its own self. Feeling that heavy groundedness start to get somewhat light as we inhale into the belly. And then from there, both hands onto our belly. And then feeling an O, so not an Om, but a O. So everyone take one big inhale. Exhale, O. Two more times, and it's just O like 1,000 times. Inhale. O. And then one more time. Just let it all go as big as you can. Take that breath. And then just, continue to go. Feel the vibration in your stomach, in your body. Start to aliven and waken up that part of your emotion, that center part of your reproductive organs, where our sexuality, where our emotional ties, everything's contained. Continue with your, and even until you're out of breath, just continuing through the vibration. Sitting up tall, chest big. And take one big breath. Hands reach over the head. Come out of your lower back. Lift out of your lower back. And then gently, hands come to chest. And we close the eyes and we just think about the complexity of our emotions and how in circumstances we have to hold complexity. As the sacral chakra represents water, that flowing element, that ability to be empathetic towards our own scenario, other scenario, and just all of the energy around us. Take one big collective breath together. Feel yourself root into the ground all together. Inhale. Open the mouth. Let whatever comes out. And then open the eyes, slowly coming onto the hands and knees. Knees right under the hips. Hands right under the shoulders. And then immediately flip the fingers towards the knees. Line the palms up at an imaginary line, and then shift your shoulders forward as if your head's about to go so far forward that you start to lead whatever's around you. And then slowly sit back as you surrender your hips towards your heels. Press into all 10 fingers. Feel the forearms and the wrists start to open. Lift the chest the whole time. Feel the strength. And then slowly come up and shake that out. Let the blood come back into the wrist. We're going to do that 2 more times. So palms come down. Make sure they line up with each other. And then slowly shift the weight forward. Shoulders come forward. Head to the top of the mat. And then this time, close the eyes and get lost in feeling all the sensation in your forearm. Every little last detail. And And think about each forearm, which one maybe feels tighter, and having empathy from the other one to the other one, just so it can, one's looser, kind of hold that space. And each joint space can kind of send love and gratitude throughout our body. And so every cell creates more love and more acceptance in our ability to move. Take one more breath, slowly come up, shaking out the hands here. And if that's a lot, we can always just kind of, play around with different ways. You can do circles, whatever works for you. But we really want to open up this part of our body because we move a lot with it. At the same time, it's a place where we tend to kind of fidget around and don't really like to stay still with our hands. We can see from even with the current episode, the ability to keep our hands away from our face. A lot of it's just a mental habit. The more we can start to ground into our hands and feel that strength and stability, rather than always having to kind of grab for something. And then slowly sitting our hips back, pushing into the fingers, feeling the forearms start to open up, ground into your pinky toes. And then slowly, even if the wrist comes up a little bit, just allow that to happen. Just allow that to be part of the experience. Keep coming all the way to the tips of the fingers. Then hands come up overhead. We reach to the sky. Let your pelvis come forward slightly. Look up towards your fingers. And then exhale, come to the bottom and give yourself a hug. And just mind whatever forearm you have on top, just so we can continue to switch each time. Inhale, we open the chest, pelvis comes forward, hands come up towards the ceiling, look towards the sky. Exhale, hands come around and down, sit your hips towards your heels. Give yourself a hug at the bottom of the pose. Stay here in a nice hug. Give yourself even a nicer hug. Try and sit the hips back. Just be gentle in your lower back. So the lower you go, the more pressure you may feel. You may just want to come up a little bit. Then inhale, arms come up, pelvis bones forward, chest goes up and over, hands come out. And then exhale gently. We're getting hit with that rounding, giving ourselves a hug, and just feeling different parts of our body, and even massaging yourself. So like massaging your shoulders, just kind of giving yourself a nice massage at the bottom of your hug. And then inhale, arms come up overhead, pelvis forward, look past your fingers. And then exhale, hands to prayer, sit back to your heels, close your eyes. And again, imagining the water element of the second chakra. How can we start to flow in our body, representing a way of flow, a way to connect through whatever breath leads us, wherever we can start to feel different parts of our breath lead our body. And as we move and as we balance, as we open up parts of our body, starting to think about how can I breathe in ways that just make sense, that give me more capacity. If we start to strain our breath, are we truly being empathetic? Can we pull back a little bit, allow ourselves to truly breathe in the pose, and knowing that we are in the pose at that moment of pure breath? So throughout this practice, let's honor ourselves, let's honor the practice by making sure our breath is there with us. We're not constraining, we're not pushing, we're just holding to where the sense is made, where our body can connect. So I have everyone's permission today to move, to guide your bodies. Brothers, all right, slowly come forward, back to your tabletop position, hands under the shoulders. We're gonna step the right foot back, and then gently bring the right heel off the ground. Circles with your right foot. Just so you're opening up that hip, keep pushing into both hands, nice and gently. Just be mindful of where you're looking. So if you're looking down, you're looking up, just know that your vision does have a huge impact on your neck. And then slowly come back to center, bring the right knee to the right elbow, nice and gentle, kind of round the back a little bit, and then extend the leg back as if you're reaching your heel all the way back behind you. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, step the right foot back, maybe even brushing the toe down to the mat. And then inhale, right knee, right elbow. And then step the right knee down. Step the left foot back. Bring the left foot off the mat. Same thing here. Flex the left foot and then circles with your left foot behind your body. And imagine as you breathe, you're breathing in through your fingertips into your shoulders, and it's shooting all the way back to your heel. You're feeling that length, and that's allowing you to reach the heel even farther back in your body. 3 more circles here. And then gently bending the left knee. Bring the left knee towards the left elbow. Holding, inhale. Exhale, extending the leg back, feeling the reach. Inhale, left knee, left elbow. Exhale, extend the left leg back, feel the reach. One more time, left knee, left elbow. And then we'll sit down. And slowly bring your big toes together behind your body. Bring your knees to the wides of the mat. Start to walk your hands all the way back so you sit your hips towards your heels. Hands overhead, interlace the fingers. Palms up towards the sky. Close the eyes. Take one big breath. Inhale. Reach the hands high. Exhale, round the back. Slowly, slowly feel the rounding. Inhale, we lift. Pelvis forward, chest open. Exhale, we round the back. Feel the rounding. Feel everything coming together. Inhale, we extend each rib away from each other. Heart lifts. Reach the hands high. And then exhale, walk your hands back out. Tuck your toes. Feet in line with your hands. Knees in line with your elbows. Bend the knees. Hips up and back. Downward dog. Stay here for a second. As you do this, start to think about your feet and your hands rooting into the mat. And so as if you really had the ability to connect your energy into Mother Earth. And feel that connection and allow her to start to lift your tailbone higher. Maybe bringing a slight rounding out of your lower back or upper back so you can reach your tailbone as high as possible. Slight bend in the knees. Easing right between your toes or in between your knees. Keep pushing into the fingers. Inhale, we'll come forward to a plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists. Look forward. Don't look down. Strong in our bodies. And then knees come down to the mat. Slowly sit back, child's pose. Chest towards our thighs. Bring onto your fingertips. Walk your fingers over to the right side of your mat. And as you get to the right side, walk them as high and as far as you can away from your body, but then sit your left hip back. So sit your left hip back and crawl your fingers forward. Feel that opposition and open up your left side of your body. Keep crawling the fingers forward, sitting the left hip back for 3. Keep crawling the fingers forward, sitting the hip back for 2. And then one more breath. Slowly come back to center. We'll come back out to our plank pose. Bend the knees, hips up and back, downward dog. And again, same thing here. Hands are in line with your ankles, which are in line with your elbows, which are in line with your knees, which are in line with your shoulders, which are in line with your hips. So we have this nice alignment in our body, grounding into the hands and feet. Even our pinky toes are pushing into the mat. So try and not just the big toes. Every toe is grounded. Everything's connected. Breathing love and compassion into all cells in our body. Hold here for 3 more breaths, just slowly lifting the tailbone by bending the knees. And then inhale, we come out to our plank pose. Feel strong, look out in front of you. And then we drop the knees down to the mat. Chest and chin is going to come down to the mat, but keep the butt sticking up, elbows into our ribs, slide through onto your belly, push into your hands, come on top of the feet, lift the heart, and then bring the back tips of your shoulder blades together behind the body as your heart comes up. Look over to your left. Look over to your right. And then come back to center. Knees wide, feet together. Sit back to your child's pose. And slowly crawl your hands over to the left side. Really get onto your fingertips here. And crawl as far away from your body as possible, but then sit your right hip back. And keep crawling the fingers away from your forehead as you sit your right hip back towards your right heel. Feel that length in your right side body. Your right oblique starts to open up. Breathe into that side body, that right side. Breathe into the upper ribs. And then walk your hands back to center. Slowly come forward, step the feet back to plank. Hips come up. And then knees bend, hips up and back, downward dog. And then we're just going to slowly walk our feet to the top of the mat. Walking nice and gently, 1 foot at a time. Come to the top of the mat. And then pretend that your hands are like weights. And so they're so heavy that it's almost hard to lift them up as you slowly push into all 10 fingers. Let the toes melt into the mat. Don't ever bend the knees 100%, but slowly start to straighten the legs, lifting the chest. The hands are so heavy. Chest is lifting. And now reach the hands over your head. Bring the hands together over your head, look past your fingers. And then let the hands come down towards your chest. Look at all the lines in your fingers. Pay attention to that kind of detail, bringing that level of focus into our practice. All the lines on the top of our fingers. All the details of our fingerprint. Just paying attention to that magnificent amount of detail. Take one more big breath. Feel the top of the ribs expand. Exhale, slowly forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. We step the left foot back, the right foot follows the plank. We drop the knees down to the mat, the chest and chin come through. Elbows into the ribs, slide onto the belly, push into the top of the feet, push into the hands, lift the chest. Shoulder blades come together in the back, lift the heart. Exhale, lift over to the left, slight little twist. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Knees wide, feet together, child's pose. Let your chest come in between your knees. Let your forehead come to the mat. Bend your elbows so your hands come closer to your head. Relax your arms and sit your hips back. Sit your hips towards your heels if you can. Unless you have any lower back issues, and just kind of hang here. And let the body breathe. Push into the hands as if your hands and your feet are all pushing into the mat equally. And then gently come forward. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Come into your downward dog. And we'll start in our Surya Namaskar, and this is a really cool practice. So when you're here, we'll take 5 breaths in our downward dog. Just feel the body start to energize, start to pedal out the feet. Inhale our right leg to the sky, extend your right leg long, and step your right foot in between your hands. Your left leg follows to meet your right foot, top of the mat, and we forward fold. Bend the knees, arms come up over the head. Interlace the hands up over the head. Reach the hands up tall. And as you exhale, reach the hands out in front of you as far as you can. Pushing the hips back, reaching the hands forward. Nice and slow, feeling the stretch in the back of the thighs. And then as the hands come down, step the right knee back, right knee to the mat, untuck the right foot. We scoop up, Anjaneyasana. Lift the heart, look up and back, push into your left big toe, reach your heart up. And then exhale, hands come down, step the left knee back. And then Ashtanga Namaskar, so it's just chest comes down, lift your butt up, elbows into ribs. And then slide onto the belly, push into the hands, lift the heart. Knees on the mat, and then exhale, we tuck the toes, hips up and back. You can always bring your feet together and just feel what that feels like. Inhale, left leg to the sky, and then left foot steps in between our hands, low lunge. Our right foot follows our left and forward fold, top of the mat. We interlace our hands, Slowly lifting our hands up over our head. Let your pelvis come forward. Chest comes up and over like a big beach ball behind us. We're just resting on the beach ball. And then exhale, reach the hands forward as the hips go back. Slowly coming down. Hips back, hands reach forward. Feel that length. And then left knee back. Come onto your left knee. Untuck the left foot. Scoop with the arms. Reach the hips high. And then exhale, hands come down. Step the left knee back. Chest and chin come down to the mat. Stick the tailbone up. Slide forward onto your belly. Push into your hands. Lift your heart. And then feet come together. Tuck the toes. Hips up and back. Downward dog. We hold here for 5 breaths. Hips come up. Push into your fingers and toes. And then just start to release your belly. Start to take into account any dynamics in our feet, any tension that's coming up, and allowing that to breathe. That breath to start to use as our ability to release wherever that tension is. Take one more breath, inhale. And then walking the feet to the top of the mat, slowly coming to the top of the mat. And then slowly, hands get heavy, bend the knees, lifting the chest. Head comes up last. The arms come up over our head. Hands come to prayer. Let the prayer hands come down to the heart. Push the hands together, close your eyes. Just allow yourselves to feel wherever the body's at. Breathing straight into our heart and feeling how it energizes our throat and our belly. 2 more breaths. Feeling the body energized. Letting everything come together. Every cell is loved. And then opening the eyes, reaching the hands over our head. Exhale, swan diving back and around as we forward fold. We step the left foot back, right foot back to plank. In our plank, we take a chaturanga, which is the elbows slowly bend, but the shoulders come forward, shoulders past the fingers. And then slowly come on top of the feet, push into the hands, thighs off the mat, and slowly reach your heart forward, push into your hands. And then exhale, we tuck the toes, bend the knees, hips up and back, downward dog. Pedal out the feet here. We walk the feet to the top of the mat. We bring the feet together. If you have any lower back issues, bring the feet about hip apart. Bend the knees, knees over the ankles. Reaching the hands up, come into chair pose. So try to make sure you can see all 10 toes. If not, really move the hips back. So it's the knees over the ankles and we're lifting our heart up. Sitting the hips back, nice and strong. Then just bring your hands to heart. And feel the energy right in your heart space. Feel your own breath, your own heartbeat. And really try to count your own heartbeat. Count 7 beats in your own heart as you sit a little bit lower into your chair. Count 7 more. Probably down to 3. 1 more. Feel your heartbeat. And then let the hands go down to the mat. Left foot back, right foot back, plank. We bend the elbows. You can always drop the knees here. That's cool too. Elbows into the ribs. Slowly come forward. Lift the heart. And then exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. And then inhale our right leg to the sky. Push into the fingers. Feel the leg lift. And then right foot steps in between both hands. Slowly pin yourself up to a high lunge so your hands paint the wall in front of you. And then sit lower into your hips. And then hands come slowly onto our hips. And we lower our hips even lower. Bring your right hip back. Knee right over the ankle. And then hold for here. Chest comes up a little bit. Look up. Chin up. Hold this for 2 more breaths. Bend the left knee a little bit more so you lower down even more. And then hands come up over the head. Strong in our body. Feel both rooted in the feet, light in the belly. Feel open in the heart. 2 more breaths. Strong in your right foot, knee right over the ankle, lifting the heart, lowering the shoulder blades down our back like a waterfall. So we're opening the heart here. Chest big. 1 more breath. Hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back, plank. You can always drop the knees down. We bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, we come on top of the feet, lift the heart. Let the back tips of the shoulder blades propel your heart up. And then exhale, tuck the toes, hips up and back. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Left foot steps in between both hands. We take our paintbrushes and we paint ourselves up to a high lunge, nice and slow. Hands come to prayer, hands to hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. Drop your hips even lower. Bend the right knee so you lower even more. Knees right over the ankle in between the second and third toe. Hands come to prayer. Feel that balance. Feel that rooting. Feel that strength in your own blood. And then hands lift. Reaching the heart up. Shoulders melt down our back. Strong in the left big toe mound. Knee over the ankle. Breathe. 2 more breaths. You got this. Strong in our own brotherhood. Feel the connection. Everything coming together. Every cell is loved. And then hands come down to the mat. Step the left foot back. Come into your plank. And just hold it here for a second. Have some fun. So roll out onto the left side. Right hand comes up. And you can always have the knees down as you do this. Roll on the right side, left hand comes up. So you're flexing both feet as you do this. I'm coming on the outside of the left foot, right foot on top of the left, right arm comes up, and then gently coming to the other side. You can go as slow as you'd like. I can also keep the knee down the whole time. So like this, left knee down, straighten the right leg, and then right knee down, straighten the left leg. Just go through this cycle a couple times. Feel your body, maybe even back bend as you come into it. As strong as can be, feeling your balance with the knee down, opening the heart the whole time. Strong in the lower hand. The more we can reach the upper hand up, the more we don't ground too much into the lower hand. So feeling that love between the joints. 4 more big breaths. 3 more big breaths. 2 more big breaths. Come back to plank. Shoulders over the wrist. Sit your heels back. Flex your thighs. Look forward. And then lower down gently onto your chest and your knees. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your hands behind the back. Yep. Bring the toes together. And then let your heels drop out. Bring your forehead to the mat and just sit here for a second and rest. Let the shoulders and the chest relax. And then slowly bring your palms together. Just tighten up the hands. Inhale, lift the heart, push into the tops of the feet, and lift the chest. And so imagine someone's pulling your feet back, pulling your chest forward. Keep lifting into your heart. The higher we can lift, the shoulder blades come together. We're strong in our body here. Reach the hands back as you reach the heart forward for 3. Breathing into the space for 2. And then feeling that connection to the ground, to Mother Earth for 1. And then lowering our forehead back onto the earth, putting our hands next to our ribs. Close your eyes, forehead down onto the mat. Breathe. Three more deep breaths. Feel the energy below you. Imagine you're able to connect to Mother Earth, digging and rooting into the ground, starting to pull and tap into that energy source below, that deep vibration of the earth. Tuck the toes, push into your hands, lift up into a plank pose, feel strength in your body. Imagine you're pulling all the energy from below into your heart, and then look forward as you push your heels back. Strong in your chest, bend the knees, hips up and back, downward dog. Breathe. Feel the lightness in the hips from the grounding in the hands and the feet. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Right foot steps in between the hands. We paint ourselves up to our high lunge. Strong in our body. Right hip back, left hip forward. And then hands come to prayer. We lift the heart. And then we twist to the right, left elbow outside the right knee. Make sure you get the tricep at least a little bit outside. You can always drop the left knee here. That's super cool. All we're trying to do is open up the rib cage. If you keep the left knee off the mat, that just gives you a little bit more balance and stability to work with. Wherever you're trying to work on, that's where we choose. We could just be opening our heart with the knee down and really opening up the thoracic spine. or we can include a little bit of a balance and challenge and see if we want the strength to also build through our heart. Wherever we're at, feel that. The surrender or strength, you choose your pose. Keep opening the heart. Pretend something's rotating around your heart. Your right shoulder blade's coming up and open, slight little back bend. Feel the heart lift. Ground into your right big toe. Feel the grounding into the foot and the heart lifting at the same time. 3 more breaths. Long, but really feeling the pose. Where are we at with our heart right now? Where is our empathy? Doesn't have to be in the right place. It just has to be understood. Hands come down in front of us. Now we drop the left knee. Hands sweep up to the sky. And then interlace the hands behind the back. Push into the right big toe mound. Open your heart. Maybe even close the eyes here. Just relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, relax the ears. Lift the heart. Lift the heart out of the lower back. Ground into the big right toe mound. Feel your breath. And then release the hands down outside of the right foot. Step the right foot back. Come to your plank pose. Strong in our pose. Bend the knees, hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Left foot steps in between the hands. We paint ourselves up to a high lunge. Hands come to prayer. And then slowly twist to your left. Right elbow coming outside of my left knee. My right tricep gently resting on my left thigh. Hands come to prayer. The more I push my hands together, the more I can open up my left shoulder blade, opening up my heart. Maybe I drop my right knee and all I want to do is surrender to open my heart. Maybe I keep the knee off the ground with strength to move through my heart. Wherever my body's at, I get to choose my vessel and how it moves. Strengthening your body. 5 more breaths here. Open up your heart. The center is the heart. Feel the empathy start to build for every single joint in your body. Not just your hips, wherever they feel pain, but maybe where you feel nothing. The back of your ears, fingernails, places in your body that also create certain protection or things that we need. And just bringing love and respect for every single piece of our body. 1 more breath. Dropping the right knee. Hands come center. Lifting the hands up over our head. Interlacing the hands behind the back. Lift your chest. Open your heart. Ground into your left big toe. Lift the heart. Collarbones wide. Shoulders together in the back. Lift out of your lower back and breathe. Feel connected to the brotherhood. Feel everything. Heart lifting. Feel the grounding. Feel the lifting. Feel the opposition. Create the balance. And then hands come down to the mat. Outside of your feet. Step the left knee back. Child's pose. Knees wide. Feet together. Sit down. And breathe. Just tell yourself, through our safety, we will create our ability to feel. Through our safety, we can be empathetic to others in our own experiences. You are safe. You are loved. You are part of something special. Inhale the energy from the ground, from Mother Earth. Feel it lift into your body. Exhale, come forward to plank. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Feel the hips lift. Breathe into the body, downward dog. And hold. And just pedal out the feet. Feel light in the hips. Inhale our right leg high. Bend the right knee, stack the right hip. So just kind of open up your right hip. Take 1 big breath here, and then straighten the right leg back up to the sky. And we step the right foot in between our hands. We paint ourselves up to a high lunge. And then we open up to a warrior two, left side. So left heel comes down, left hand comes back. My front foot cuts my back foot in half. My back foot, my big toe is not facing back, but facing forward. So it's at least in front of my back heel. All 5 front toes are facing forward. My front right knee is in between my second and third toe. And it's the center of my ankle, the center of my knee, and the center of my hip. My back leg is straight. I'm grounding into my left heel and the inside of my left pinky toe. That's what gets me nice and rooted into my body. And then from there, I reach my hands in both directions, opening up my heart. Feeling love so expansive, I don't even know what direction it's going. So the heart's going in every direction. The hands are reaching so wide, bending the right knee over the right ankle, pushing into the left toe and the back foot, feeling strong in our body. And then straighten your right leg, reach your right arm up to the sky, open up your right side body, your ribs. Feel the ribs separating from each other. Feel the strength, feel the breath, feel the connection, feel the feet. And then reach your hand as far out as possible. Reaching your right hand for your ankle or your shin. Left arm peels open like a flower. Reaching the left arm for the ceiling or the sky. And then from here, pretending there's a love tornado around your heart. Twisting open the left shoulder and the bottom right shoulder and the bottom ribs go towards the left side as you open your left shoulder open to the right side. And breathe. Ground into your feet so you don't just drop the hips down, but you feel the connection to the ground so you hold your hips in a nice place so you can open your heart as big as possible. And then bend your right knee, coming back to that warrior two, pushing into that back foot so we're grounded in our body. And then slowly hands come down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Elbows into our ribs, shoulders forward. Push into the hands, lift the heart forward. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. And inhale, left leg high. And left foot steps in between our hands. We paint ourselves up to a high lunge. Right heel down, right hand back. Open up to a warrior two. And same thing here. The front foot cuts the back foot in half. So the front heel cuts in literally halfway between the big toe and the back heel. The back big toe isn't facing back or straight. It's facing forward a little bit in front of the heel. The left knee is right over the left ankle. And you want to rotate your front left ribs over to the right side, but not bringing your left knee with you. So stabilize left knee into the ankle. Then the ribs open. Then we reach the hands open so our heart can breathe in all directions. Stay there for 4 more breaths. Feel your body. Keep rotating your ribs over to the right as you ground your left knee right over your left ankle. And then straighten the left leg, left arm reaches to the sky. Open up the ribs. Pretend each rib is pulling apart. And then slowly left hand reaches for the left ankle or the left shin. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Same thing here. There's this love tornado going around, opening your right shoulder blade up and back. The lower ribs are going over to the right side. So we're twisting open. Pushing into the feet so we lift the hips. We don't collapse down in the chest. We're opening strong in the heart. Keep reaching the right hand up, reaching the left hand down and away. Feel the length in the body. 1 more breath. Bend the left knee slightly. Come back to your warrior two. Reach both hands long. And then this time, slowly straighten both legs. Hands come up over the head. Parallel both feet over to your right side of your mat. Flying warrior. And then bring your palms together. Bring your hands together. As if you had a piece of paper in between your hands and nothing could get out. And maybe your hands, your arms come behind your ears. Maybe they're even here out in front of you. You don't want to jam your shoulders, so whatever's comfortable, just come there. Pushing the outside of your heels. Bend the knees slightly, sit the hips back, and pushing the arms up. And then slowly reach the hands out and around, coming to wide-legged forward fold, prostrate Padottanasana. Hands come down to the mat, close your eyes. Slight bend in the knees, hips back. And just breathe. Keep trying to lift your tailbone up as you let your chest just kind of slowly ravel over and down. Tight bend in the knees if you feel any lower back pain. Just set the hips back so they're in between the heels and not in front. Let the chest stay big. Maybe walk the hands out a little bit. Whatever's comfortable here. Feel length in the lower back. And then gently heel toe the feet together or just walk them together, whatever's comfortable. We'll come into a squat to the right side. So bend the knees. Knees go right in between the second and third toe. Feet out, knees out, elbows in the knees, hands to prayer. And try not rounding your back like this. So you're rounding down. Try and at least use the base of your thumbs to push into your heart. So you keep your heart elevated, you lead with your heart, and then you sit your hips back. Come into the heels, elbows into our knees. And then gently, hands come down, we sweep our feet around, and we bring our knees into our chest. Sit your hips forward, knees come up into our chest, roll around in your lower back a couple times. Giving yourself a nice massage. And just breathing love and compassion into every single joint space in our body. Even every cell, behind the ears, our toenails. And then gently let the left leg go out, straighten the right leg. This one could be a little bit much for the thighs. Hands behind the right thigh. And then just really try to pull your right thigh to your chest as you keep your left thigh down towards the mat. You can always bend the knee here. That's still going to give you a nice stretch. So don't try to jam it too much to hurt yourself. You also might notice your right hip coming off the mat a little bit. So take your right hand, gently push your right hip down a little bit. And then from there, start to bring the right knee back towards the chest. Maybe straighten the leg, maybe reach for the right calf, whatever feels nice here, just kind of opening up each thigh. And then gently bend the right knee in the chest. Keep the left leg straight. You can always bend the left knee here if you'd like, but maybe keep it straight. And then the right knee, let it go over to the left side of the body, off the left side of the mat. Then open your right shoulder to the right. We have this opening in our side body. We're breathing, we're opening our heart. Gently close your eyes, relax your body. If you feel any back issues, you can always bend the left knee. You can always come a little less into the stretch. But if it feels nice, you can always just continue to bring the right knee over to the left side, opening up the heart. Then knees come back in the chest. Straighten the right leg on the mat, put your right calf on the mat, straighten your left leg, left foot to the ceiling. Hands come behind the left thigh. And then gently, slowly bring that left thigh towards the chest. Maybe the left hip came up a little bit, so left hand on the left hip. Push the left hip down a little bit and then continue. Bring your left big toe towards your nose, opening up your thighs. Breathe into your heart, feel that opening. And then bend the left knee. And then let the left knee go over to the right side. And let your left shoulder go over to the left side. Maybe you make your right hand on your left knee. So comfortable. Just gently pulling the knee away from the body, opening up the side body. Allowing that to open the heart so we can lift the heart open and breathe into our heart space. So we activate the energy in the throat and the stomach. Gently, knees come in the chest. We'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, so feet come together. Let your feet first come down on the mat, and then the knees bend out to the sides. We're not pushing the knees down. We're pushing our pinky toes together and our feet. Open your toes like a book, and allow that to open the hips, allowing the knees to gently open out. Bring your hands to your stomach and your chest. Close your eyes. Just feel your breath start to move your body. Gently pushing the pinky toes together. Ability to handle the complexity of our emotions. Especially in this time as we're home, sexuality becomes interesting perspective. We tap into our second chakra to control our energy in a way that benefits our ability to empathize, our ability to feel, our ability to connect with others. Give yourselves a big hug, bring your knees into your chest, bring all the energy of this year into your body, knowing the complexity of different situations, our ability to manage that complexity, beginning with our breath, our ability to feel, to love. Take one more big breath, knees in the chest, feel rooted into our lower back. Everything comes together, every cell is love. And exhale, reach the feet out in front of you. We're going to come into low strength, low pose. So you reach the feet out in front of you, reach your hands towards the top of the mat, chest comes up. We're not in our lower back, we're coming forward onto our butt bones. You can always bend the knees if the lower back has any pain. We're going to hold here for 15. Just knowing that we have it in us, the strength to hold the complexity of our emotions, to create the space in our body to flow like water, even in tough situations. To find that ability to flow. To find that ability to empathize. To feel rooted. To go past that root. To sit with the emotion. To be part of the flow. The emotion going through our body. Slowly come forward, cross your feet, bring your prayer hands to heart, close your eyes. As you inhale, feel your heart radiant, deeply connecting to Mother Earth. As you exhale, give that energy to someone that needs it. Inhale, deeply rooting into Mother Earth. Feeling that love and compassion rooting through our body. And exhale, giving it to all those in need. Inhale, connecting to the wisdom, the energy below, that constant vibration there to support us. Exhale, give it to all the brothers in our brotherhood, all those that show up to connect, that hold space for one another. One last big inhale, lifting your heart to the sky, feeling proud of every cell in your body. And as we exhale, giving that to yourself, to your safety, to your ability to feel. Bow to yourself, to everything around. Namaste. Brothers, how's everyone feeling? Just kind of sit in your body and just kind of feel whatever you're feeling. That's the whole sense of it, is just really connecting to that part of our body that sometimes lost emotion, where it either goes below or above, and we just forget that that's right there, and such a sacred part of our ability, not only to reproduce, but just to produce, the ability to feel, to connect, empathize. And so if we want to do some check-ins with everyone, just to kind of feel where you're at, I'll cut the music.
Yeah, Nick, thank you so much for that class and that flow. I was reading some Jeff Brown this morning, and he was talking about like the Western yoga tradition and how he was in a yoga class and he started laughing. And the yoga instructor came up to him and said, "Excuse me, there's no laughing in yoga." And that brought him on his journey of the spiritual practice combination, realizing how much in our bodies comes up through movement, and how the modern yoga studio doesn't have a place to process that which comes up in our bodies through this movement. So I'd like to open this space for a free form type of share. Any brother on here, unmute yourself. If there's something you want to bring forward, anything you noticed emotionally, maybe it was anger, maybe it was love, maybe it was fear, whatever it may be, that came alive for you during that practice.
If I can jump in here, it's Wally from New York. Wow. Nicholas, thank you for that class. Holy shit. You know, I haven't done my Kung Fu in a couple months and haven't been moving my body, and this quarantine and not being able to really go out and move. Damn, my body needed this. Like, I feel so alive. And so present again with myself, even stronger, and feeling the energy of the past few days of like almost electrical storms happening, you know, feeling this energy in the world colliding in unpredictable presence and this brotherhood that we're in this collective together. And I just feel so connected right now to all of you. Just want to share that. And thank you again, because now my body is just vibrating with fucking love. Feel you guys. With that, I'm in.
Love you,
What's
Wally.
up, Wally? Love you, brother. Good to see your face, man.
Love that so much.
Love you guys.
Man, Wally, I feel you, man. I love you so much. Thanks for being here.
I'll go next. My name is Nick Knudsen. What's up, brothers? I'm calling in from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nicholas, that was a fantastic yoga class, man. It's just so nice to be in sync with breath and body and heart, mind, body, soul. So thank you so much. The only thing I've got to check in on, every time we talk about the heart, my dog comes into the picture. So
where's Kirby?
That's awesome.
He's my workout partner, my yoga buddy. So every time there's heart, man, he's in the house. So thank you so much, Nicholas. Thank you so much, Brotherships, for putting this on. This is fantastic. It's so good to be connected to all of you. So thank you so much. I'm out.
Thank you, Nick.
Love you, brother.
Love you, man.
Thanks, Nick.
Dog.
Next, Andrew checking in from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I just want to throw out too. I think dogs honestly have a better understanding of energy than us humans ever could. I mean, anytime something's going on, they're there. They're the ones that can make you know to check on yourself when you need to. I had the thought during this practice today, like as I do yoga more, it becomes easier. But I realize actually, the more I become connected with myself, the easier yoga becomes. Being able to feel your body through the process and being more connected with your body allows it to open up to where you want to let it feel more. So keep up with the great work, Nicholas. I mean, I love doing these with you, and hope we can have you around for a long time.
Love that, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, Andrew.
Andrew, love you, man.
Bring it through, bro.
Thanks for bringing it through.
Holding down Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Andrew. Holding down Eau Claire.
Hey, it was almost 60 degrees here today. I had the windows open. It was nice, man. Nick Knudsen knows what I'm talking about down there in Minneapolis. Yeah.
Love it. Who else has got something to share? Something hot you want to pop off?
I can share. This is Adam Jackson coming from Maui, Hawaii with the Brothership Commander and Devin. Nick, it's great to meet you. This class was exactly what I needed. I've been in my head so much, and I really found myself coming back into my heart space. And the place that it brought me, I felt the challenges. Like I was actually pretty proud of myself. I was for sitting in the sitting up position. And it was because of the words that you brought through, man. It really carried me through that. So I just really appreciate and honor you for holding the space. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate I can get your, at least the bit of energy to move in the world. That's all that matters. So this practice is all about just moving our heart and just following the breath. And it's just powerful. It's just something simple and, we can all take with us and just more and more do in our own time as well. So that'll just continue our own efforts and our development in a cool way. So
absolutely.
This is just cool stuff, man. I love you guys. This is awesome.
So much.
Who else has got to share?
I know Felipe had something.
I just want to say hi. It's good to see everybody here. Can't believe I missed the other yoga classes. This is great. Thank you, Nick.
Great, isn't it?
Love you, Felipe, brother. Thanks for showing up. That's awesome. Boston, brother.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
What's up, Jed?
Angle. Hey, thank you so much. That was great. I'm just
your son right there.
That was such a session that I'm just white light right now, dude. No, I actually, what was coming up for me, I had a lot of distraction and monkey mind going on, and that brought on quite a bit, not quite a bit, but brought on a little bit of judgment and seeing myself, come on, be present, and then being able to just observe that and gently bring myself back a few times and kind of be with that a bit. So it was a good little practice on being gentle and bringing myself back. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, amazing.
Super mindful. Appreciate that.
Hey guys, Chris from Boston checking in.
What's up, Chris?
Is out there. I had a very stressful, confusing day at work, and I left early, rushed home so I could make this class, and got here and I couldn't log on, but made it, and relieved all my stress by the end of the course. Nick, thank you very much, man. Always a pleasure. Great seeing all you guys. Very envious of you guys in Maui, sitting there and all together, hibernating and quarantining and all that. And
we're doing the work too, believe it.
Yeah,
we're doing deep work.
It's not all rainbows and butterflies. Say that.
my wife, Maggie.
Hi, guys.
Anyway, thank you all. Nick, awesome again, man. And I'm looking forward to all the classes and everything it can make with Sacred Sons. Felipe, I'll call you tomorrow, brother. Love you. Love everybody. Peace.
Yeah,
Love you, brother.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris, love you. And I want you to know we have 3 wives here with us as well. So We're doing the deep work, believe it.
And 2 babies.
2 babies.
And 2 children, yeah.
Yeah.
That is Todd.
Todd.
Todd, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, what's up, Todd?
We're calling you in.
Unmute him.
Anger came up for me during that time because I feel like I've neglected my body a while. So it was awesome to reconnect with it. So thank you, Nick. I really appreciate it.
Nice to see you, brother.
You too.
Love you.
Love you, brother.
Joshua, brother, I would love to hear from you.
So one thing that definitely came up during that practice, something that you kept saying over again, Nick, is just following your heart. So today, that's kind of been a common theme. Today was the first day that I saw my patients through teletherapy. I'm not able to see my patients at their house anymore. And just from the morning, the thing was just like, I was scared. I was, nervous, not really confident in my skills because this is something new. And I just followed my heart, and it kind of just like ended the day in the right way with you, just keep saying, following your heart, and just being surrounded with this group. It's honestly helped out so much with my confidence, being, true to myself. And I just thank you all for being here.
Thanks for the big heart, man. I feel that energy. That's amazing, for sure.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you. You're doing the good work.
Dad, you got to check in for us?
You still with us on the fast?
Yeah. I'm about 35 hours in.
Yeah, so we're nearing on 2 days of fasting, and for me, I feel so clear and very much rooted, like you were guiding a lot of that practice, and just absolutely appreciating you, Nicholas, and being able to connect with you in Miami, and now to see you back here on the Brothership. And we unfortunately didn't make it to the event out in Lahaina, but just so grateful for how you show up in the world and what you're bringing through and how you really embody that, bro. The whole time your class was going on, we're over here spouting off, man, this guy is such a sacred son. We're so grateful for him bringing it through. So just honoring you, bro. Such a great class. I don't really have that many words because I feel fucking amazing. So that's what I got.
Thank you, brother. I'm just glad I found you guys. I'm just glad the world brought us together, man. I really am. So it's been awesome.
Yeah,
it really has. So appreciate everything. Giving me the space and letting me connect with everyone. So it's awesome. Love you guys.
I've got a huge echo to what Deb said. And when we were in the immersion in New York, I was like helping register some men and get some footage and things during your class. I just kept like walking in and out like, fuck, I'm missing out. Like this class is legit. Like he's like bringing it through, and I could feel the energy. Because it actually be on these calls with you now, walking through that medicine is amazing. And yeah, I really honor you and the verbiage that you use during your calls and how that like allows me to sink deeper into my body, like paint the wall with your hands and sink into this way. It's really clear that you have a lot of experience and you put in a lot of hours to be where you are, to be sharing this medicine. So for myself and Sacred Sons, I just want to really honor you in that space and thank you so much for bringing the medicine through here on the Brothership, Nick. And I can't wait to see where this beautiful journey of life continues to unfold for all of us. And wearing that Sacred Sons tee, I love that.
Yeah. I've only watched it once though. All right, cool. Well, no, I this is awesome. I'm happy to do this every week, and if anyone has any questions offline or anything like that, I'm happy to also follow up with people and just help them kind of build a practice at home. It's just so important to whenever we can just move even 5 minutes when you're sitting there doing the laundry or dishes, throw in like some random mini yoga into your life, and it can shift things, even that little energy you're in. So
we'll be back next week.
Happy to help.
And these classes are going to get packed. So we're all spreading the word.
Yeah.
Spread the word of the brothership that Nick's yoga classes are tight.
It's all the same energy, man. Awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, well, thank you guys so much. Once again, Nick, tomorrow on the Brothership, we have a virtual sound bath healing coming from Reiki Marco, followed by a relational council led by co-founder Jason Mack. So drop in with us in the morning to just ease yourself into your day, get some sound bath from Marco. Really easy place to show up, no excuses there. And then following that, we've got Jason bringing through that relational council, which has been a deep reflection in a lot of the containers that we've been holding, and specifically the container we're holding here in Maui. All this extra time and being around our partnerships and our loved ones and our friendships, whoever that may be, how to navigate that space and really navigate what that's bringing up in us. So Jason's going to be leading the charge on that tomorrow. Stoked to see you brothers there and continue that engagement on the Brothership, continue that engagement on the mat, inviting and calling all of your friends into this space because the brotherhood is here.
We out here.
And with that, we out. Thank you guys so much.
Aloha, brothers.
Aloha.